right, pues. Salud, güey. Let's go, Cesar.
Let's go.
¿Cómo estás?
Bien, bien. ¿Y tú, Omar?
Bien, también aquí chingándole nomás.
Es todo. ¿Cómo te fue el lunes?
No, ni me acuerdo, güey. Venía bien, Cesar.
Damn.
For folks, if you guys don't know, I know the Discord knows, we called it out in there, but we had Balls Deep, my co-ed team. We had our championship game against los famosos Gin Shots.
Gin shots, wow.
De la Liga de San Jose, the co-ed, and it was a rough match. We lost 4-2. We were down a player at the beginning because you can't put in a guy if you're down a girl. You have to stay down. So a couple people, even though I'd said get there early, a couple people showed up late. Shout out Roque. Got there late también el güey. So we were down a player. You got Roque, a baller, on the bench, and you can't
Big
come
Roque,
in.
yeah.
Senior Roque. And you're just like, what are you doing out there? I can't even sub you in either. Ya empezamos.
Sí.
So, we were down like 2-0. 2 players down. 1 player down, sorry. Had a claw out of a hole. Couple mistakes. That, in hindsight, you're like, chiquitas las cosas. Like, if you just, position diferentemente, like.
Yeah,
No
los
vieron,
nervios a veces también te traicionan.
Y luego a veces, si no empiezas bien, pues entonces no vas a acabar bien tampoco,
Sí.
right? So, like, we started off on the wrong foot. Once you get 11, we're like not, like, no estamos bien. Towards the end of the half, we started looking better, a little tiki-taka, but it was more, I think, because we were tired. And then the second half, sí entramos con todo. And, we scored 2 in the second half, pero pues no se pudo.
Yeah. I mean, de eso se trata, going out there, giving it your best shot. So a veces no saben las cosas. Se pierde y pues ahí para la otra tienes que.
You know what I appreciate, though? I appreciate my pops. Saludazo al Don.
Mm-hmm.
He's out in el DF. He went to go watch Cruz Azul versus Juarez when they smacked them. But that fool, I'm fucking 31 playing co-ed still just for fun. But whenever I tell him, I'll talk to you later. I got to go. I got a game right now, and I'm going to head out or something. I'm getting my stuff or something. He's like, échale ganas, pues. Like, every time.
There we go.
No matter what. And since I was a kid, if he wouldn't drive me to the games, he'd be like, échale ganas, güey.
Échale ganas.
And I'm like,
tienes que.
my guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, pero no se pudo, man. No se pudo. And you're making some moves on the coaching side, way.
Yeah, I know we touched a bit on it last week. I went to a different club this week, yesterday, Tuesday, to see, how the club is, see if, it's a good fit for both of us. Went out there and had 2014 girls. So it was somebody else's team. So you go out there and you do a session. So coaches see you, so you feel, so you show them like, what you got, what you know, how you talk to the girls, how you talk to whether girls or boys, how do you coach type of stuff. And it went well. So this morning they sent me like an offer letter saying, like we're interested in having you come on board. I know you do goalkeeping side as well. So yeah, just
this is for a goalkeeper coach or for a head coach there?
For a head coach and a goalkeeper, so a hybrid role.
Damn. Yeah. So you're gonna have one full squad, and then over here ayudas.
Yeah.
Maybe to like a bigger, older squad or something, like older ages.
No, so I told them I preferred having younger kids. Just because, coaching, you want to take, the younger squad and kind of grow.
Build them up.
Yeah, build them up. Instead of just taking a full-on squad have been playing for a while and then you're just a new coach coming in.
Yep.
But yeah, trying to figure out, what I'm going to do come the spring and going into the winter now. See where I want to coach, where it's a good fit, where it makes sense because I also have a daytime job.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, just trying to see what's up.
Eso mero, güey. That's dope.
Andamos, echándole ganas a todo lo que se da.
Moviendo las piernitas even on the footy side todavía.
Sí,
That's what's up. Eso mero. And who knows, folks? Maybe keep an eye out for a little Cesar side pod of coaching stuff.
Hell yeah, that's another thing we're looking into.
Ahí veremos. Who knows? But welcome back, folks, to episode 124 of goal side. Ya casi llegamos a un cuarto de los 200. Casi.
Jeez. Yeah.
We're
You go back on YouTube in different episodes, and you're like, yo, 100 was like 25 episodes ago or lo que sea. But it's like, in my head, it's like, that shit happened like a year ago.
Yeah.
Pero no, when was the 100th episode? Like
100th
in January?
episode was, probably this January, probably.
Dang, yeah. So it's been a couple months.
Sí.
Se pasa el tiempo.
So a couple months, ya son 10 meses.
Sí, no,
We're almost
10
in
meses.
December, casi. Ya, casi.
Yeah, se pasa el tiempo bien.
Se
rápido.
mueve, mi gente. But yeah, keep an eye out for big moves. We got the Turkey Bowl coming in Hollister. We've said on here the Party Full's coming out pretty soon.
Yep.
So it's getting bigger and bigger.
Take a look at our socials. They should be coming out later this week.
Let's go. So that's going to be popping for Thanksgiving. We have some San Jose area folks that are coming all the way down. So saludazo a ustedes. We got some stuff cooking, like we said, in the kitchen for something in the fall. I don't know. Ahí veremos. A ver qué. You guys will start seeing more and more in the Discord and social media so we can get some feedback from you guys. And whatever else that we can do over the winter. Va a estar frío, but I don't know. Maybe make it to an MLS playoff game locally.
Jeez.
I don't know. AFC's making playoffs.
AFC, they got decisive game this weekend.
Let's go. I thought it was last weekend.
Well, to lock it in.
Yeah. They won though, no?
They did win 1-0.
Ah, huevo, mis pinches AFC. Let's go. We got playoff footy here in the Bay Area. But folks, another jam-packed agenda. We're going to be talking a whole bunch of stuff. Había un chingo ahora sí this week. We got Ballon d'Or drama and all the awards that had to do with it. I'm gonna give a little teaser. There is one Liga MX player on the board at the Ballon d'Or awards.
What?
Stay tuned to find out who it is, folks. We got La Liga, huge, el clásico de clásicos. We got Barcelona versus Real Madrid, a whole bunch of drama there. Super one-sided. No mames, 4-0.
Yeah.
Feliz estabas.
Sí, bien feliz. I was refereeing some kids. I was being the.
You weren't even home or anything.
But I was over here in the refs because I was on the coach's side. And they're like, "Ya van 4-0." I was like, "¿Qué?" They're like,
you should have had your phone like propped up, like maybe like because you were abanderado.
Sí.
You should have had it like closer, like halfway down the line, so when you're running, you could like hear it a bit.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I was thinking of that or putting it in my pocket and just riding a pocket. No.
Put one AirPod in.
What's
wrong with that?
For real.
What's wrong with that?
Should have.
We got Arsenal versus Liverpool, which is a big Premier League matchup. We'll talk about that. We'll hand it over to Cesar for some Libertadores roundup. In Liga MX, we got three matches to go, and teams are picking it up. Other teams are slipping up, so we'll talk about that. Let's get it. Let's open it up with pues el más grande, no, el clásico de clásicos. Barcelona versus Real Madrid over the weekend. Barcelona won 4-0 way.
Let's go.
But like, if you guys aren't following us on Twitch, folks, jump on there. This past Sunday, I was watching the highlights live on there and just reacting to it because I didn't get to see it like fully live. But the 4-0 está un poquito dramático.
Sí.
Muy dramático, in my opinion.
Dramático in the sense that...
In the sense that que no, it doesn't describe the game as clearly as I would think. It was dominating, finishing-wise from Barcelona, in my opinion. But I think should Real Madrid have been shut out? Pues quién sabe, es otra cosa, ¿no? But give me your thoughts. What do you think of your Barcelona? And what do you like? ¿Cómo ves al equipo?
No, I'm happy as hell. I think Barcelona came into the game con un plan.
Yeah.
Un plan diciendo, miren muchachos, esto y esto es lo que vamos a hacer. Again, that offsides trap es de práctica. Eso se viene practicando for many, many weeks con Hansi Flick. And now they executed it perfectly. Y de eso podemos hablar de todo el juego. Igual allá, whenever they went on and scored some goals, it was the same thing. They knew they had a game plan. They knew how to attack. They found Lewandowski. It could have been 4. It was 4. It could have been 5. It could have been 6.
It could have been more.
So
yeah, Lewa sitter that he missed.
Yeah, hit the post. So again, Barcelona-wise, they had a plan and they executed phenomenally.
Yeah, I would put it in a way like it's a tale of offsides from both sides.
Yeah.
Because Barcelona looked like they were completely worked on that the entire time. Real Madrid looked like clearly they didn't have it down, and it seemed like that back line was almost like not in coordination, which is something that we don't see a lot from first division sides. Like if you're watching it, parecen robots, güey, como mueven todos así en línea, right? But like in some plays when Barcelona was trying to be very vertical, we'll talk about it a little bit more, but Mendy on one way back, and he lets Lewa walk right in. On the other, on two of them, Lucas Vazquez way back, trying to get a little sponge, a little space extra on Rafinha, I think. So just not in coordination, and then the other goal, the Lewa header, right in between Militao and Rudiger, which is not something like I always give big props to Rudiger on his play, and like to not have, for him to be staring at him, not have a hand on him, and also not tell the other player like that's your man. Like it blew me away. I was like, what is happening? What are you doing?
Yeah. It just seems like it kind of reminds me of what we just talked about with Balls Deep. Like, si no empiezas bien el juego, si no te van yendo bien las cosas, imagínate en el Santiago Bernabéu, packed, loud, in front of your people. You just had like 6, 7, 8 offsides in the first half.
Mbappe had 6.
So now in your mind coming into the dressing room, you're like, well, ahora no se va a dar. Ahora no se va. We're just not going to score. Like, Mbappe, we have Mbappe for crying out loud, and he can't stay on side. That doesn't excuse that, you know, you still have to be locked in as a defender and go out there and do your job. But, like, how are you so, like, bad at defending at what you do?
And they're not that bad, but they just completely got overexposed against a good squad, against a good side like Barcelona, who, in my opinion, knew how to play it. But, like, we've had so many games where you show your frustration at how well Rudiger and that back line does, right? And they have Carvajal even better, and, like, right? And Lucas Vazquez just seemed terrible.
Yeah.
Probably the worst player of the match, in my opinion, out of both sides. But yeah, like you said, como que parecía como que no les iba a salir. But you watch some of the plays de Mbappe and de Vini, and like maybe 30, 40 minutes in, and Real Madrid, in my opinion, was playing better. At that point, they just kept getting caught off sides.
Yeah.
But then I saw a couple times Vini and Mbappe would like rile up the crowd. And I was like, damn, these fools, when I was watching the repetition, I was like, damn, these fools thought they were like dominating.
Yeah.
Like it's a matter of time. Ahí viene el gol.
Yeah.
Y luego les va a venir otro. And then the other Ballon d'Or nominee is going to score. And then the other Ballon d'Or nominee is going to score. Like, and the other side of the coin, like completely different story in the second half.
Yeah. And like you said, the times that they did get through that Barcelona squad, or they were on side and they had a leg up, they would just shoot it either out of bounds, or they'd strike it right at the goalie.
Yeah.
It's like that whole first half, no más no se les dio. Yes, they probably thought, like you said, like we're faster than these guys. They're playing a high line. Like, just give me the ball y ahorita les meto un gol. Pero nunca cayó.
Yeah, and to your point, in Vinny's was the biggest one.
Yeah, where he whiffed it wide.
He basically pulled it, right?
Yeah.
Trying to go keeper post, and no, hombre, le pegó horrible. But
and vi un video donde se mira, he's so close to the goal.
He's very close.
And it's like,
and he's still hooked it.
Yes.
And you're just like, dude, you could have hit it like 90% anywhere else differently, and it would have gone in probably, but you like hit it this way. And it's just kind of wild. The other point that I wanted to have with the defenders, para mí como que también, I think they went in overconfident. Because
Real Madrid defenders.
Yes. Because they felt like it almost seemed like the coordination didn't have to be there, because they probably thought, well, Mbappe is going to score 3, so it doesn't matter. Vinny's going to score another one. Bellingham will get one.
Do you think Carlo Ancelotti
I don't think
mindset was like that? It was
no, I don't think it's from maybe at the half.
Yeah.
Being like, vamos, we got this. We just need one or something. But I think subconsciously those defenders were just not in it. Maybe even because they were like, bro, like, we've been dominating this Barcelona for a while.
Like they're kids.
They're kids. And like Lucas Vazquez, you're telling me you're not going to stop like the one mature winger that's faster, and Mendy, you're going to cook freaking Yamal, don't even trip.
Yeah.
But they learned their lesson, and they learned the hard way. No manches.
Yeah.
But lo que sí le critico un poco a Ancelotti is that, like, us that are amateur footballers, even when we're coaching, we understand, like, with a high back line, the first thing that you usually change to, that you pivot to, is a mid run up.
Yeah.
Right? The mid breakthrough. Mbappe, jala tu marca then, and then the offside's gonna go with you, and then Bellingham, caminando, way, entras, right?
Especially Bellingham, especially knowing how many goals he scored last season.
Yeah.
I know he hasn't scored many this, pero él tiene gol. It's like, me vas a decir que tú, Bellingham, o Valverde, you guys aren't fast enough to break that, make a deep run into the space. Plenty of space for you to run into. How are you not doing it?
And they started doing it in the second half. Vinny hit a trivela to Mbappe, and Mbappe smoked Kubarsi. It went like right around Kubarsi. He didn't reach it, and then Mbappe, even with the ball, beat him. And I think he missed. It went straight to Iñaki Peña in the second half. And I'm just like, dude, you guys should have been doing that all game, Vinny. Like, it's a high line, get it wide, and really high up on their line, and just put it in. And Mbappe's gonna outrun Inigo Martinez. Are you kidding me? But
but to Barcelona's, what they did really well is bringing in Frankie de Jong, and maybe they had Real Madrid didn't do a lot of damage because Barcelona had the ball that second half with Frankie de Jong. Frankie de Jong just was the master, just giving the ball aquí, se la paso aquí, do a quick turn.
Yeah.
Now I'm sending Rafinha, then he's giving a cross, goal de legua. That's how it came. It's like really quick touches, put it out wide, then Lewandowski, Rafinha hit Lewandowski, yes, 2-0. It's like Frankie de Jong coming in gave that Barcelona like the maturity they needed to find those spaces in between. Yeah,
and Barcelona was thriving. Everybody was thriving. Lewandowski looked like his old self. I mean, he has been for a good while now under Hansi Flick. Rafinha has been looking amazing. Looked amazing that game. All the young kids, Fermin Lopez, solid shift. Like, Pedri is looking really good again.
Yep.
Like, yeah. And we don't even have Gavi came on at the end, but like we don't even have him fully back yet.
Yeah.
So, solid match from Barcelona overall. Disappointing in my opinion for Real Madrid. I do put some blame on Ancelotti. Like I said, I think he should have had a bit more of a very distinguishable movement that you could. Oh shit! Le dijo a Vini, so you know what? Wrap around and get a sprint straight in with the ball, or over or something. But to see the same old record, the same plays into Mbappe.
Almost like una arrogancia que ahorita va a salir.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay, like Mbappe then doesn't Ancelotti tell you walk the line a little bit, right? Do something. Every single one, he was straight up sprinting forward.
Yeah, you're not gonna tell me you can't stay 2-3 steps behind and still beat Kubarsi or still beat Inigo Martinez. Like, you're one of the fastest players on earth when it comes to football. Like, you can beat him in a foot race.
Yep.
Stay onside.
Six offsides in that first half, 8 total. About 2 of them, I think 2 of them actually ended up in goal. I think one of them ended up in a goal. The players kind of had given up already, but the one in the second half for sure was a goal, and everyone was kind of playing it. The one thing I will say a little bit there is it could have been different. Kind of the same thing I was saying for balls deep for us. If we would have scored an early one, uno de pa madrugar or something, it could have changed the game. And that's how the cookie crumbles, right? Unfortunately, Real Madrid, if Mbappe would have scored one of those first ones because he stayed onside, they probably could have won 3-0 también or something. Con la confianza, the other team being morros, not being totally mature to handle losing versus such a stacked squad.
Yeah.
Pero no se hizo y les tocó madriza en casa.
En casa. And then Lamine Yamal scoring that banger, goes out to celebrate it to one of the corners y enseñándoles,
take it to the corner, kid.
Sí, enseñándoles que él es Lamine Yamal y va a estar ahí por mucho tiempo and get used to it.
Yo, one thing to keep an eye out for in that video, Rafinha lo agarra. Did you see? And he pulls him.
Yeah.
When Lamine Yamal hits the thing, because ya iban todos los viejitos a a decirle whatever kind of racist words to the crowd, to the front. But I think it was a colmillo play that Rafinha, instead of like letting him like, you know what, wey, celebra, wey.
Yeah.
I think lo jaló because he's like, hey, bro, tienes 17. They're going to yell shit at you. You can get a red card if you do something también.
Yeah.
So like low-key, I was like, oh.
Es el capitán,
Classy.
es eso, vamos.
Classy. Ese güey sí sabe. But yeah, las que fallaron, también Vinny had his that he missed. Lewa had one that he missed. So we could have had even more spectacle. But a great match overall.
Yeah.
Solid match.
Let's go, Barcelona. Visca Barcelona, cabrones.
You see, a good, in my opinion, a good like underdog win. Because like even though Hansi Flick los trae jugando bien, at the end of the day, the talent, the name, el nombre, más bien, están in Real Madrid. El dinero.
Yeah. And especially with Mbappe, right? Bringing in Mbappe at the beginning of the season, everybody would have said, yo, Real Madrid with Mbappe is going to be unstoppable.
Yep.
It's not exactly what we've been seeing.
No.
I've spoken to a couple of Real Madrid fans since that win, and they're like, we're not totally surprised because we've seen Real Madrid. And I think we've even called it out on here saying that they're not the best at defending.
Yep.
And there was finally a team que no se cagó como el Dortmund, that Barcelona actually exposed them to the fullest extent and dropped 4 on them.
For real, that's a good other point. Like, I mean, they just come from basically being down 2-0 at home and then figuring out a way to come back. But in this case, no se les dio, pero todavía se dejaron.
Yeah.
Al principio, right? They say the best defense is a good offense, right? Like, and when the offense no te resulta, guess what? You still have that shitty-ass defense.
Yeah.
So, está cabrón. Alaba can't come back any sooner. That fool's coming back, I think, at the end of next month.
Oh, wow.
So that should help them out a little bit. Militao, a la banca, por favor.
Oh, de regreso.
No, sí, a la sub-23, do something. I don't
Castellano.
Vete a hacer algo, no sé qué. Go smoke with Chesney.
I'm dead.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
I'm dead.
It's just vibes at the locker room of Barcelona right now. It's fucking funny.
Yeah.
Like he was just smoking, and then Lamine Yamal's next to him just laughing his ass off.
And everyone, all the memes were like, damn, that fool smoking with the underage kids.
Yeah.
All right, folks. With that, let's move on to the Premier League just to stay with some of the big matches that we got. In the Premier League, we had Arsenal versus Liverpool over the weekend. Mi Arsenal de mi corazón. It ended up in a 2-2 tie.
Yep.
Who deserved to win, Cesar?
Your Arsenal deserved to win, in my opinion. Pero no se ganó.
No se ganó.
I was watching.
Deserving doesn't give you points.
Yeah, I was watching it, and I was like, yo, like this Arsenal, with all the injuries and all, like the red card with Saliba, like they still want to play their system and they still know how to attack and be efficient. It's like, yo, es de respetarse.
Yeah.
Es mucho de respetarse the work that Mikel Arteta have been doing. But on the other side of the coin, like, Arne Slot, what he's been doing with Liverpool is also to give praise to give props, porque you just replaced Jurgen Klopp, and that's a tall task, and you're still staying up in the top 3 of this Premier League, super competitive league, and you're doing amazing. Like, you're finding ways to win. Mo Salah has been there. Darwin Núñez is looking well. It's looking really good. Virgil van Dijk is still a pillar out at the back. So, también es de comendarse de Arne Slot doing this work with them.
Yeah, and I think both of these teams are figuring out ways to score, ways to win, ways to get points. I think they're the top 2 set piece teams in the league. We've been talking about it week over week about Arsenal. And otra vez, otro gol. Marinos look like straight out of the drawing board.
That Declan Rice cross was amazing.
Declan Rice is like becoming a freaking beast at Ballon Parado, putting the ball in the box. And it's funny, the coach, like Arteta sits down, and then that homeboy, the set piece coach, he goes and he stands in the coach box. So they like switch whenever there's a set piece. So it looks like he's like the head coach, and he's just like, it's not like football. He's not like, hey, yo, blue 42. Yeah. No, he's just there, and he just like watches them. And then it happens, and then like they score and they go celebrate, right? And then he goes and sits back down.
Nicolas Jover is his name.
Ah, huevo. Is he Spanish? De los boys de Arteta? That's my boy.
He looks Spanish, that's for sure.
Ese le doy todas las gracias al Don. But Saka scored the 1-0 y me frustró because I took him out of FPL.
Uh-huh.
Folks, life hack with FPL, and maybe I'm doing some other homies dirty. I know this. I don't know why I did it. If you have a superstar, you just leave them in even if they're not going to play because then they get automatically subbed out. But then if they end up playing, you get your superstar in the match.
Yeah.
So yo de pendejo saqué a Saka completely.
Was he deemed not to play?
Yeah, it was like 50% chance, which like below the 75% is usually like, oh, he's not going to play because he had like a hamstring injury or something. No, hombre, güey. Andaba haciendo pedazos ahí. I'm like, ¿cuál pinche hamstring?
He didn't look like
Anda
he was
mejor que
injured at
yo.
all. Yeah.
No,
yeah,
hombre.
that play he did was insane, bro. I was like, how are you going to do Robertson that dirty? Like that touch for the ball to go around Robinson y que él se pasara.
Túnel.
Like, holy shit,
Túnel,
bro.
caño le echó.
Damn, bro.
That ball in from Ben White, too.
Yeah.
Hella like he took a sweet time. I'm like, okay, también defensas.
Sí.
Agárrense un poquito mejor, por favor.
Yeah.
But he put it right where he needed to, como con la mano.
And he called it. Saka was like, aquí la quiero.
And he's like, I'm going to torch this motherfucker. Robertson hasn't been the same since that injury he came back from. But, I mean, todavía al mérito, one of the best defenders in the league for the past couple of years. Y lo hizo ver como uno de Southampton, güey, no mames.
Yeah, it was a really dope game porque eran los dos, era like, ahorita Liverpool's gonna score, and that's what they did. They scored on a who gave that pass? McAllister, I think, gave it to Darwin, and then Darwin did that. Really nice.
Darwin did the negative ball.
Yeah,
but like that one, the Arsenal defense, in my opinion, broke down because they had two injuries, right? So in this match, they had lost Saliba to the red already.
Okay.
So then you put in, what's his name? You put in Ben White at center back.
Center back. You put Thomas Partey.
And then you put
right.
Thomas Partey on the right. So those fools are good. Nuevecitos on the other side. And then you're like, don't worry. We got Timber still here from the other matches. And we got Gabriel Magalhaes. We're cooking.
Yeah.
Both of those fools got injured.
Yeah, dead.
And then Calafiori's already injured. So then they put in Kiwior, who, güey, ese güey anda más verde que un pinche plátano nuevo, güey, no mames. And then they had to put in Lewis Skelly, a freaking 17, 18-year-old kid, as a left back who's like more of a winger. Y por ahí salió la jugada.
Oh, wow.
On that whole side. Y Kiwior looked like, parecía venado recién nacido, güey. No, hombre. Like, he was like lost. He got torched by that negative ball in. He wasn't ni acá, ni acá. And Salah knew exactly how to confuse him with the Salah. Salah had that amazing movement on that goal. Kudos to him.
Kiwior came out at the 54th, or went in at the 54th for Gabriel.
De ahí se
And
acabó,
then Miles Lewis Skelly came in at the 76th.
Mm-hmm.
And then right after that, at the 81st, that's when Mo Salah scored.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. That side of the defense fell apart. But he should have put in Zinchenko.
Why didn't he? Yeah, that's wild.
I don't know. He's been on the bench I mean, it's a boy, no, it's a city, but I feel like, I don't know, something tells me that fool's not like 100%.
Was he injured or is he just not 100%?
He's been in and out of injuries, but he's been on the bench for like a good while.
I forgot about him.
Trusted the kid, pero pues le fue mal. But yeah, so they ended up in a 2-2 draw. Great match for those of us watching. Pero se quedan iguales en la mesa. Yeah, Liverpool second, Arsenal third.
No Gabriel Jesus to come out and help.
Ni entró, huh?
Sí, güey.
Oh, sí, pero no hizo nada. No, he no supposed to have nada.
No, that was hella
I think today he put like 2 assists. But just to kind of touch on the rest of the Premier League, just quickly, 4 out of the top 6 teams tied this weekend.
Damn, that's wild.
So no hubo mucho movimiento. Only Chelsea got a dub, Milagro, and then City. So my Arsenal's got to pick it up. One other thing before we move off of the Premier League, Ten Hag got fired.
Yes, he did.
They lost to West Ham, and now who have you seen rumored? I saw the dude from Brentford. Oh no! Interim right now is Ruud van Nistelrooy.
Yeah,
Ay, güey.
Yeah, I've been seeing him
Club legend vibes.
in a couple of videos. Y digo, ay, este güey, ¿qué anda haciendo aquí? But he's been at the club for a while, right? Kind of being
assistant coach. He was assistant coach right now under Ten Hag.
Right.
But then he was back at Eindhoven in the young ranks, and then he coached them for a year, 2 years ago.
Yeah, which is that's the flip side of the coin to Arne Slot, right? Yeah. I didn't think Ten Hag came into almost like a sinking ship y nunca lo supo estabilizar, nunca supo. He won a couple silver. I think he won
Ten Hag won the FA Cup. The FA Cup se le ganó a City, ¿no?
Sí. Yeah. And yeah, was never able. Right now they're sitting in like 17th or algo así. They're sitting in the depths. So
negative goals.
Yeah, it was due time for him to leave. So it's gonna be interesting who they bring in. Mourinho, maybe
back again. I heard
he wants to.
I heard he said that, but to not like a top side. He said something like that.
Oh yeah, he did.
Well, he mentioned like never to play Europa, never to play Europe. I don't know if it was a jab because I think he got screwed in Europa League or something. But I swear he said something like a team that doesn't play European football.
Y que los quiere llevar.
Maybe. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Se vengan las Chivas.
Hoy sí. Para que juegue donde.
There's rumors of Xavi.
No, man.
I don't know. We'll talk.
Dead.
We'll talk. I don't know who the hell made those rumors, but yeah, let's move it on to the Americas. Cesar, give us an update on the Copa Libertadores, the tracker.
We have a finalist. Ayer se jugó yesterday.
Ya están dos.
Tuesday.
¿Para qué te haces?
Yeah, we'll get there.
Ya están.
River played Atlético Mineiro at the Estadio Más Monumental, which the scenes right before kickoff were insane. Did you see?
I saw like a Twitter video of the people.
There was a bunch of flares. I feel like everybody on the lower level.
They were already down, 3-0?
Yeah, they were down 3-0 from the ida from last week, right?
I appreciate teams that the fans still show up. Toluca, I remember they got smacked and the crowd went crazy. Yeah. Last season when they fired Nacho Ambriz, they against you guys remind me, folks. I think it's León or somebody. Les dio la Mausers in the first one, and then in their stadium, like the scenes were fucking crazy.
Yeah, La Bombonera is crazy. But yeah, same thing here. Game ended up 0-0, so no goals. But Atlético Mineiro is in the final, so we got one Brazilian team. The second Brazilian team, Botafogo, they were up 5-0 after the first leg in Brazil, and right now they're playing at Peñarol. Let's check. Peñarol are winning 2-0, so that's a 5-2 in aggregate, but Peñarol are a man down, and it's the 87th minute.
Sheesh.
So it's pretty safe to say that Botafogo will be the second finalist.
Yeah,
all Brazilian final.
All Brazilian final per usual. Así es la cosa.
Mi pinche Botafogo. Hopefully,
so I'm telling you, it would have been Flamengo, cabrones. Ay, cómo me hacen enojar. But yeah, I mean, shout out to these squads. La Serie A de Brasil is alive and well right now, cabrones.
Yeah.
Quítenle ese pinche el trono. Yeah. They got it.
El pinche Gago not doing well right now.
El Gago, no, hombre, ni en Libertadores, macho, güey. Ese güey no está allá.
Ni en la Liga Primera de Argentina are doing well.
Libertadores, ese güey está allá. No manches. Sí. No, hombre, but yeah, I mean, yeah, River Plate getting eliminated and also not being like top 4 in league is also kind of disappointing.
Yeah.
They got some big names, ex Liga MX players. Maxi Mesas from Monterrey's back. Craneviter, who's also Monterrey's back. So, like, I mean, shout out to Hulk.
Hey, for real. He's at Mineiro.
Did you see homeboy Daverson? He's the dude that came out, subbed from Mineiro, and the fans were yelling at him. And he came out as a sub, and I don't know, de donde lo sacó, güey.
Uh-huh.
Maybe they do play with them for audio so that they don't hurt their ears when it's that loud. This fool pulled out of his shorts 2 of the disposable earplugs.
No,
y se los puso on, and he was like, as he was walking to the bleachers to sit down, and then le estaban gritando cosas, and then he made like un símbolo que no sé qué de, I think he went like this, which this is River, right? La franja, and then Boca's got la raya. And he made a line. I think he was making fun of them calling out Boca somehow, but he was like bantering with the fans.
Damn.
They're getting into it.
We love that shit housery.
For real, Diverson nunca jugó en Boca, though, so no sé qué amor trae. Nomás para llevar la contra, ¿no?
Sí.
But yeah, shout out to Mineiro. Shout out to your Botafogo.
Let's go.
It's time for your Botafogo to get some silverware.
It's about that time, yeah. Historic club, but they've never won Copa Libertadores.
That'll make it spicier también in Serie A if they get it. That Flamengo won it recently. Fluminense won it last year. So se va a poner bueno.
And they're top of the league, Botafogo. 64 points over Palmeiras, who have 61.
Palmeiras got the ballers right now, though.
El triplete se viene, cabrones.
¿Cuál otra, la Copa?
Because then they play the Super Cup with Copa Libertadores and Sudamericana.
Oh, true. Okay, pues. Let's bring it on to La Liga de México, Cesar. La Liga MX. Like we mentioned, 3 more games to go, folks. It's prime time now. We mentioned it last year. Ahora es cuando se ve.
Sí, cabrón,
if you don't watch it at all,
I'm dead.
This is when your pops has got it on TV ahora sí, diciendo like, come on, venga Necaxa, right? Or they're like, come on, León, stop sucking all season. Let's go for a little bit.
Dead. Yeah.
But yeah, your America
turned it on.
Is stopping sucking now.
Hell yeah, yeah. They defeated Monterrey 2-1 over the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Alvaro Fidalgo helping us out at the 80-something minute, just getting sneaking a goal in by to make it 2-1.
Ese güey como que es mexicano, ¿no? Dicen.
Pues a lo mejor tuvo una tía o alguien que es mexicano.
Trae novia en México o algo.
Un perrito también mexicano.
Sí, es mexicano.
Sí, yo pienso que sí.
Es lo que dicen.
Ahí si quieren hablarle, pues hay gente, pues ya.
Lo que me dijeron.
Que sepan.
Que había un tipo estilo español, pero que es mexicano.
Sí. Pero yeah, America's finally turning it on. They actually looked well because Monterrey is like a good team, right? No es un Puebla, con todo respeto. No es un Chivas, con todo respeto.
Mamón.
Un Mazatlán.
Estás viendo para arriba ahorita, güey. Vete, ahí estamos, ahí arribita.
Pero, no, yeah, Monterrey is a good team. Fidel Ambriz giving up a goal for the 1-0.
Ese güey.
Did you see it?
No, but ese güey.
Yeah, fucking guy, dude. La regó con irse a Monterrey y ahora haciendo sus...
At least he's getting hella minutes there. Yeah. He's starting every game, which is good. But yeah, your America making their own luck.
Yes.
Es lo que se le...
Finding ways to win.
Yeah, and I mean, like, everyone would roast them if they somehow de panzazo made it in that last play-in spot, right? Like, if just Necaxa shat the bed, León didn't pick it up to make it or whatever, right? But they're getting dubs. They're out of the last spot now. They're 5 points above getting kicked out of the top 10. Top 10. So they're chilling ahorita, and they're 3 points away from making into top 6, which is no longer playing. So aguas con la América.
Yes. Who do they have over the weekend?
Mazatlán.
Oh.
So Papita. Oh. En el Kraken. I know. I'm like, I looked at it and I'm like, God damn it, that's fucking frustrating, bro. They couldn't even have another tough match.
Yeah,
because
let's talk about your team,
shit.
Abed.
Yeah, my Chivas, they lost. They had one job. There's this meme of a dog, a golden retriever, and it's got his tongue out, and it's all mencito. It looks all mencito. And then there's a guy like kind of talking to it, and then le pusieron el logo de las Chivas, and it's like, no vayas a perder contra el Puebla. And then he's just like, oh, mencito. And that's what it is, dog. Like, you, Jesus Christ. De tanto de que se habló, de que el conjunto, mejor sin Gago. Fernando Beltrán even came out and freaking on Twitch. He's a Twitch streamer now.
Yeah.
And he said que they were happier that Gago left, that Gago didn't actually like them, that que los trató mal, that he basically los alzó para dejarlos caer. That he told them before the game, that like the last game, when the next day he announced he was leaving, que les dijo in the locker room que iban a ser campeones.
I'm dead. That fool was taking a piss, bro.
Just
That fool did not care.
Didn't care.
Yeah.
Le valió Weenie.
Le valió gorro.
He was waiting for the call de boca.
Yeah. But yeah, so your Puebla or your Chivas.
My Chivas struggled against Puebla.
1-0.
They look like they just couldn't make it happen themselves. Alan Mozo is getting torched on Twitter because la regaba y la regaba and la regaba. And people are like, bro, this fool's not actually good.
Barely noticed, guys.
I've been calling that out here, and I'm a Chivas fan, dog. But yeah, Chivas struggling. They're still, I believe, 1 point above America or tied with America. ¿Cómo vamos?
You're 1 point above.
Huevo.
Tied, but you guys have 4 more goals.
Huevo.
¿Cómo que a huevo? Your Chivas is going downward while
so
America's going up.
Either Chivas or America win. El que gane, basically, you start squeezing yourself into top 6 to not make it into playoffs. To not do the play in. Yeah. Going back to your America, did you see Jardinez's interview? Homeboy was trying to roast him, saying like,
David Faitelson.
Yeah, started telling him que cómo se puede. All these big words. I love how that fool speaks, but cómo se puede esperar que la América con 16 puntos at that point quiere meterse a los cuartos de final or whatever, al play-in. Dice, no les da vergüenza, basically. Yeah. And I was like, fuck, bro. Like,
yeah, and then Jardinez shut him up real quick. He was like, cuando se empieza un torneo en baja, tienes que remar contra la corriente type of thing. And then your players get injured. So once they're coming back, you're already down. And psychologically, you're already down. So now you have to pick them up even more. Type of vibes, which is true. It's exactly what's playing out, right? America started off with a lot of injuries. We're barely just getting players back. Fidalgo came in at the half against Monterrey, and it's like now they're starting to pick back up. And now that you've seen more and more glimpses of America actually looking like the bicampeón America.
Yeah. So
from here on out, like, if they can keep this momentum, like, America will be dangerous in La Liguilla. I can tell you that much. I don't know if they'll win it.
The tough thing, like, is para llevarte la contra, the tough thing would be, like, they are going to be very dangerous in playoffs. Pero lo que se le hace dangerous a ellos is if they can't get out of the play-in. Because that's just a flip of the coin that you just don't want to have.
Yeah.
It's also an extra 90 minutes because I think it's just, if they're the bottom 2, they play 2 matches. Remember, they do 9 versus 10, 7 versus 8. 7 and 8 loser plays the winner of 9 versus 10. So if America is currently playing Atlas right now, and the play-in is, and if they beat Atlas, they still play another 7 or 8, and then they start playoffs. Yeah. That's 180 minutes you probably just don't want on your legs.
Yeah. And possibly more, right? More than 180 minutes. Yeah, so it's going to be tough, but at the same time, like, America looking like the way they did. Malagón had a big error against Monterrey where it slipped through his hands. He can't be doing that in Liguilla. I hope this is a wake-up call for him. But, I mean, in terms of, like, the overall team, America and the way Jardine answered that question, I have full confidence that they're going to keep going the way they are, build on this momentum, get into the top 6, y de ahí sí agárrense cualquiera que se nos ponga.
Ahora, cálmate. If they get into top 6, por decir 6th, they would play a Tigres. Les tocaría un Tigritos. Okay. How you like those odds?
I'm liking those odds.
We're just doing hypotheticals. Yeah, para mí, Tigres right now is kind of struggling with I know they won, but like the Antuna's not playing 100%. No se hacen de una Lainez y Marcelo Flores and shit.
So. Well, they lost to Mazatlán and
but they beat Pachuca, no?
Monterrey.
But they just beat Pachuca.
And we just beat Monterrey, yeah.
Pues sí, pues va a estar bueno the playoffs. That's what we're telling you folks, eh?
At the end of the day, Liga MX, we hate the format, but at the same time, when it comes to Liguilla, it's exciting.
No le digan a Mikel Arriola, so he changes it.
Yeah.
Just the last couple notes from La Liga, para pagar respetos, Cruz Azul, que va en primer lugar. They beat Pumas. In my opinion, pretty strong outing for Cruz Azul against un rival casi clásico. They don't have a name for this clásico, pero casi.
Somebody on TikTok called it clásico capitalino.
That's America Pumas.
I was like, bruh.
That's America Pumas.
Yeah, but they called Cruz Azul Cruz Azul Pumas Clásico.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
Like,
también. I've heard it called the same as the Cruz Azul America, which is Clásico Joven. Right? I've heard them call it to both Cruz Azul Pumas. But I don't know. They should call. I don't know. I don't know.
Todos los del DF, they're still in play, right?
Pues,
América, Pumas, and Cruz Azul.
Yeah, it's not bad, but yes, les tocó perder, which is almost like guaranteed loss right now. Cruz Azul, against whatever team.
They're just so good. Yeah,
they're strong, but they beat Pumas. Pumas hadn't lost since September 13th versus Necaxa.
A whole bunch of ties in there, but yes.
Yeah, but I mean, no saben perder tampoco now. But now aprendieron otra vez.
Who's their head coach right now?
Some Spanish fool, I think.
Mario Herc.
Mauro Herc? That's the fool from Querétaro.
Uh-huh.
No, they have Gustavo Lerma, Argentino. Sorry, perdón.
There we go.
But my dad was not at this match. He was at the one again, the doble jornada in the middle of the week.
Okay.
He caught me a Cruz Azul jersey, so y'all see it soon. But he said the reventa was too expensive to go to the Pumas match. And he's like, y también los estudiantes están locos. He's like, no, yo no me meto ahí con mi camisa azul.
That's funny. That's true.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, pues. All right, let's bring it on home quickly with some drama from the Ballon d'Or. Vinny didn't even show up. Nobody from Real Madrid
showed up, which I thought was kind of crazy.
Lack of
Somebody
class.
on El Chiringuito, I think it was, or like Marca, Spanish reporter, dijo que back like 20 years ago, Real Madrid would have gone and would have shook their hands and act as a class club que tiene respeta cuando se pierde, cuando se gana. And he was like, I feel like this Real Madrid that now has lost that.
¿Es el mismo owner?
Which is, it is el mismo owner. Pero entonces, ¿por qué chingados no fueron?
I know, pero ¿qué le pasó al dueño? Did he lose the class? I'm trying to break it down.
Or
se le fue la onda. Ya se le fue las canicas. Ya
sí, nuevo estadio. So dice, hey, ¿qué pasó aquí?
Like, no se podían conformar con todos los otros trofeos. They won everything.
Yeah, they did.
They won what? Best club, men's club. They got coach of the year. They got, ¿qué más? One more, no?
That's it.
Men's club. I mean, ¿qué más querían? Oh, and Mbappe got the Gerard Muller trophy.
But Mbappe just got there.
Yeah, but I mean, pero es de él.
Pero sí, todavía va a enseñar el escudo allá arriba cuando reciba.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. In all honesty, I would like to know more backstory to see it, right? Because at first glance, I can see why people are like, dude, that's lack of class.
Yeah.
Right? Say what you want. For whatever reason they didn't give it to him. Be there and show a face and give a fake smile. Y vámonos a trabajar.
What I thought was even more funny is over the weekend how they lost. And Vini was like, oh, a lo mejor perdí, pero watch on Tuesday.
Yo, people were saying that it was because, what's his name, leaked it, no? Fabricio? That like he might have leaked it. I don't know if directly to Vinny or on Twitter or something. But que así se dio cuenta. And that's why they didn't travel. I'm also wondering if
it was a reporter. It was a Spanish reporter that told Real Madrid that he wasn't going to win it.
¿Y ese güey quién le dijo?
Pues, no sé.
¿Para qué dicen? ¿Para qué sueltan la sopa también?
Oh, he was probably a stan de Real Madrid en Saguira. Y van a ganar.
No vas a ganar, güey.
No vayan para que vayan.
Mejor ni vayan.
In protest.
You see, so just if you guys were living under a rock, Rodri won it.
Let's go.
From Manchester City, Rodri. Who we've been asking for.
Yes.
Right? He went like 2 years without losing. I think this calendar year, he lost one match. Vinny also only lost like 3, which is pretty impressive.
Wow. Okay.
But there's it's a bit of an onion with multiple layers of a conversation. We know Rodri's probably the hardest player to get past from a defensive mid position, almost defensively overall. But my homeboy doesn't have the most goals, assists. So you have to calculate it differently.
Yeah.
I saw online that he had better statistics than Modric did the year that Modric won Ballon d'Oro. More goals, more assists. And this will have them big moments.
Yeah.
Champions League final, y todo with Spain, y todo. But then a lot of people compare Vinny's numbers, and they're just astronomical.
Yeah.
It's just crazy how inflated the numbers are.
But if we go off of those numbers, Lautaro Martinez has better numbers than Vinny.
Goals, ¿no?
More goals.
Pero assists, no.
Que valen más.
Los dos. No me digas que los de Messi didn't count. Porque si no se lo dan a Ronaldo, si no CR7 would have had 8 Ballon d'Oros. No, but I mean, I could see that though. But we've seen now, and goals isn't everything. Haaland, he's not even in this conversation right now, and that fool's breaking records.
True.
The other thing people were calling out, we're just touching a couple of things. Rodri didn't win Player of the Year for City.
That was
Foden's,
yeah.
Which is like, you're just like, my guy, ni tu equipo cree que eres bueno. No, no te creas. But like, that's kind of funky.
It is. Yeah, and it goes back to like the way maybe City, thought was the rubric that they used was a bit different because the Ballon d'Oro's rubric, one of them was like fair play issues, right?
Well, ¿y que Phil Foden fair play o qué?
Digo que es diferente la rúbrica de Manchester City. A lo mejor they didn't take that into account or X, ¿verdad? Por eso I'm defending Rodri ahí.
We'll see. Parte. And that's the tough thing. But, I mean, they won Nations League. They won Euros with Spain. He won everything with City. So I can see that. Ahorita anda malito.
He had a stat of, like, most accurate passes or, like...
No manches.
Algo así.
Ter Stegen has, like, crazy numbers on that, too.
Hey, I'm just putting up arguments for my boy.
So, yeah, I mean, there's arguments each in which way. So let's, after all of that, Cesar... Deserved Rodri? Yeah. Should it have been somebody else? Should it have, I'll put it to you like this as well. Should it have been Vinny, but are you of the thought that if he just wasn't a diva, he would have gotten it? Does that come into play for fair play? What is it?
So when it was leaked that Vinny was going to win it, I was like, no me gusta, no me encanta.
Because you're a
Barcelona fan. And then he's a bit of a diva, whether we like it or not. He is. Pero I also was like, if we take it by numbers, maybe Lautaro should have won it. I was like, okay, maybe not because he won Copa America.
I didn't even have that full in my mind.
Decisive goals. No, yeah, but once in the conversation, entonces la. Pero I think overall Rodri was a just winner. It's like es justo que él lo haya ganado por todo lo que hizo con el City y con Spain. Like he's equally as of a winner than Lautaro or Vinny could have been.
Yeah.
¿Verdad? So, in my eyes, like, okay, se le dio a Modric porque no se le puede dar a Rodri. It's like, it is
Modric was a bit more offensive in those seasons, and I think it was a World Cup year. That was a bigger thing too. Yeah. It was a World Cup year, and and Croatia made it to the semifinal that year. So I think that was a big reason why. In my opinion, I love that they gave it to a center defensive mid, and I've been screaming for Rodri for the longest time, and I think he's a baller, and I think he's everything. But I can totally see this reason. Like, Vinny outshined everybody for the good majority of that year that was probably taken into account, and that dude was torching teams. Y hacía lo que quería, and he put the team on his back in those Champions League runs where no matter if your team is sucking, él te iba a hacer algo bueno. So I thought he was going to win it, and that they were going to do the typical thing. Center defensive mid? Oh, no, you don't have enough stats.
Yeah.
Right. If we were talking a bit more about stats and it's not Vinny, I think that they should maybe start respecting what Haaland is doing. Because he can't do any more. What do you want Haaland to do?
Yeah.
Other than, I mean, I think maybe Haaland will win one when he can get his national team to a major tournament. If he can break through, maybe he'll be higher up. But I think they got to respect Haaland because they're all like, ¿de qué sirve meter goles?
Yeah. It almost kind of reminds me of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. It's like Zlatan would beast it out con PSG, con Barcelona. Like, I know he was in that Messi era, but like, he just never did anything with this Swedish national team. So a veces no se le daba por eso.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, maybe we'll see the same with Holland. Hopefully not. But yeah, I mean, I can totally see your point.
Yeah, the one thing I would also caution the world of footy is like I love that they're rewarding this type of player, this like aguerrido and center defensive mid, but it's also a Pep system player that I would love to reward el que dibuja, el artista, Yamal next year, in 2 years, 3 years when he's cooking everybody again. I would love Lamine Yamal to win it over like if they gave it back to Rodri or somebody who plays very similarly, like if Declan Rice was somehow up for it, right? Yeah. Then I'd be like, oh, okay, like because they won trophies, yeah, sure, pero que sonríe la pelotita.
Yeah.
When we had Messi, when we had Ronaldo, even if they like if one of them won the more trophies in that season, we're still like the other fool killed it también, right? Like that's the other thing también.
Que siga con el prestigio, you know, more than anything, because
who is making the world of footy smile también. Yeah. And in this year, I thought that was Vinny, but at the same time, I get that point. The fair play beast, you know what? He got people plenty of pissed off. Even I will 100% never justify the racism that happened. And stuff, right? But I think overall, even his teammates, even like the institution, even these things like with some of the red cards, the cards that he would get out of nowhere, like I'm sure that came into fair play, number of yellow cards and stuff. But like I'm a defender, so I would love some non-shiny players to win it, like a Cannavaro when he won it. Pero también give it to my ballers.
Yeah.
Respect the ballers because everyone's saying we're moving to a Pep world, right? No. Give me the Yamals. Give me a Vini. Give me un caracolero. Que siga.
Yeah, that's what we want. You know, que siga ese football that made us fall in love with back when we were watching it, huh?
For real. It reminds me of back in the day. Maybe the big ones to call out, Cesar, the Yashin Trophy. Emiliano Martinez winning it over Unai Simon was pretty big drama. What do you think?
I mean, overall, I'm probably more of a Emiliano Martinez hater or Argentina hater.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know, no se tapa un sol con un dedo. He is a great goalkeeper.
But what did he do this past year?
He won the Copa America. He put Aston Villa in a really good place with Champions League, Europa League last season.
No tanto.
And Unai Simón playing for Atletico Bilbao. No hizo mucho. Como digamos he did win Copa del Rey though.
They won Copa del Rey
and he won
Nations League and he won Euros.
Okay, pues ahí entonces taste.
Ya ganó su mundial,
Los dos,
and he won it last year.
Yeah, and that's why I was like, yo, my boy Unai Simón was robbed. But at the end of the day, both are great goalkeepers, and I understand if one picked one over the other. And if Unai Simón had won it, I would have been cool. Like, he deserved it just as much as maybe Emiliano deserved it.
You know, one hot take I'll give, maybe Unai Simón shouldn't have got it because it's David Raya time.
Oof, yeah.
Ya le bajó el puesto. I mean, he's been injured.
Yeah, yeah.
In my opinion, David Raya se lo va a quitar el lugarcito facilito. The last one that we want to call out, folks, I promised you guys there was a Liga MX Liga MX athlete in these awards.
Let's go.
If you guys haven't seen the list of people that won, we'll tell you right now. But the Socrates Award, which rewards the player involved in societal and charitable projects named after the late Brazilian captain Socrates, who co-founded the Corinthians democracy movement in the early 1980s in opposition to the ruling military dictatorship.
Let's go.
That's way outside of footy, man. Kudos for doing that. That's why everyone loves Corinthians for social justice efforts type of stuff.
Oh, let's go. I did not know that.
But the winner of that this year was Jenny Hermoso.
Let's go.
Jenny Hermoso, Spanish national team superstar, but playing with Tigres de la UANL right now.
Las Felinas. Yeah, that's amazing.
Las Amazonas, yeah.
For Liga MX to have somebody like that in the ranks.
That's huge.
That's
it puts you on the map.
Yeah, especially, talking in front of all those important football people at the ceremony. Like, that's amazing.
Guiñac was bringing this visibility to Liga MX.
That's
She brought some negative
you
stuff.
have a Tigres shirt on, bro.
Oh shit, for real. Jenny Hermosa, let's go.
Cabrón.
No Guignac. Guignac he's gonna go down the best extranjero of all time. All right, Cesar, after that, let's bring it to games to watch. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, games to watch, Cesar. Let's go.
We got Bayern Leverkusen against Stuttgart. Both juggernauts of the Bundesliga. It's going to be a good game to watch. Xavi is trying to keep his team in the European levels, in the European spots. So they have a big task against this really tough Stuttgart.
Let's go. I'm not leaving the Americas at all today. Final playoff spots getting pretty tight in Liga MX. Chivas versus Pumas over the weekend is going to be good. And then your America plays versus Mazatlan. A little bit more papita. Chivas has some more to do.
Let's go. We're going to go to the Prem now. We got Newcastle against your Arsenal. Burritazo or what?
Let's do it.
Let's go. Newcastle need to get some points on the table. Need to get some wins. And Arsenal are going to have a lot of people injured. They have a lot of people injured and trying to plug in players, maybe from their youth squads. So a ver si se le da a Newcastle.
Easiest burrito I've won. Let's go.
I'm dead.
Come to the MLS. Atlanta United versus Inter Miami. Inter Miami is up 1-0 in matches, folks. To refresh your memories, MLS playoffs are best of 3 for some reason. Who knows why? There's no adding up of goals. There's no nothing. The whoever wins 2 out of the 3 matches moves on. How lovely it is to play 270 minutes before you even get deep into the playoffs. Exactly what the doctors order. How all these players are complaining about too many minutes.
We're going to take it to La Liga. We got the Barcelona Clásico. We got Barcelona against Espanyol, November 3rd. We're going to see if Barcelona can continue cooking, can continue to get away from Real Madrid, who actually play Valencia over the weekend as well. So it's going to be good matchups there. I'm keeping an eye out for them.
Pobres Valencia. Shout out to them por the cyclone that's hitting España right now.
Flash floods they got.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they're going to make their stadium like a first aid spot. And they canceled, I think, today's game. So I don't know if they'll be on because they play at Valencia over the weekend.
La cosa. Like, the last one that I got, El Clásico Vallecaucano. Se dice, Get it right. América de Cali versus Deportivo Cali. Ahorita anda muy mal el Deportivo Cali. América de Cali anda muy bien. A lot of Liga MX players from the past. Pero va a estar bueno. Clásico es clásico. A ver quién gana. All right, folks. Well, that's all that we had for you guys. I think this was a good little long one right here, but I liked it.
That's good.
But we hoped you appreciated that. Don't forget to subscribe to us wherever you listen to us. Share us with a friend. We got a whole bunch of stuff coming. We'll talk soon.
Peace.
Peace.